Can you hear the sound of the water? It calls for you. Because in the ancient, murky rivers of Vietnam, death is not the end. It is a waiting game. We all fear drowning, but the terror intensifies when you realize the person who dragged you under is not alive. They are a ghost, desperate to escape their watery grave. They need a replacement. They need you. Welcome to VIET FEAR. This is your midnight destination for chilling Asian horror. We dive deep into the real monsters of folklore, the terrifying urban legends, and the darkest myths you won't hear anywhere else. Tonight, we face the water. We are going beyond the surface to explore one of Vietnam's most ancient and vengeful spirits, the MADA. The Ma Da is not just a ghost, it is a fate. A Vietnamese term that roughly translates to water spirit or water ghost. But unlike a haunting spirit that wanders, the Ma Da is tethered to the very spot it died. Legend says when a person drowns, their soul becomes trapped, unable to cross over. They are bound to the water, cursed to suffer the agony of death over and over, until they can find a replacement. This is the horror of the Ma Da. They are not fueled by malice, but by desperation. They wait patiently in the murky darkness, sometimes sounding like the gentle cries of a child, sometimes luring with a flash of light. And when you are foolish enough to enter their domain, to swim alone, or approach the river at midnight, they strike with frightening speed. Once they grip your ankle, their goal is to pull you under and hold you there until you gasp your last breath. They take your life, and finally, they are free. The main tale, the replacement. Our story takes place in a small village nestled on the banks of the Vàm Cỏ River, almost 2 decades ago. The villagers there had strict rules: never swim after sunset, and always carry a piece of iron when crossing the river. But a young man named Hùng, full of modern arrogance, dismissed these legends as just old wives' tales. One scorching afternoon, Hùng decided to defy the warnings. He swam deep into the coolest part of the river, far from the watchful eyes of the elderly. At first, it was peaceful. The water was cool, the sun was warm. But as the sun began to dip below the water hyacinths, the atmosphere changed. He was about to turn back when he heard it, a faint, gentle splash, far closer than it should have been. Then, a soft, crying sound, like a child weeping. "Help me, brother." Hùng froze. He knew the legends, but his mind fought the fear. He told himself it was just a strange bird. He began to swim faster. That's when he felt it. Not a cramp, not a fish. Something cold, bony, and desperately strong wrapped around his left ankle. It yanked, hard. Hùng thrashed wildly, screaming a soundless scream that was instantly muffled by the dark water. The thing on his ankle was pulling him down with inhuman force. He saw a pale, long-haired face materialize inches from his empty eyes, filled with a terrible, desperate longing for freedom. He realized the Ma Da wasn't trying to drown him, it was trying to trade places. He fought, clawed, and kicked, but the spirit was part of the water itself. His lungs were screaming for air. Just as his world began to turn black, he remembered the old charm his grandmother had forced him to wear, a small, faded jade pendant. In a final act of desperation, Hùng managed to wrench his hand free and smash the jade pendant directly against the ghost's face. The thing shrieked, a terrifying, water-muffled wail, and the grip instantly vanished. Hùng broke the surface, coughing blood and water, dragging himself onto the bank and collapsing. He never saw the Ma Da again, but the cold weight on his ankle never truly left him. The next morning, the local fisherman found only his sodden shirt near the riverbank. The rules and call to action, Hùng survived, but the Ma Da's rules are absolute. The reason Hung's ankle always feels cold is because the Ma Da waits. It knows where he lives. This is how the legend guides the fearful. If you ever find yourself near a still body of water in Vietnam, remember these 3 rules, passed down through generations. Rule 1. Never answer the cry. If you hear a child crying near the water, do not investigate. Do not answer. It is the Ma Da trying to lure you closer. Rule 2. Never struggle. If something takes hold of you, struggling is the fastest way to use up your air. Relax, and hope the spirits of the river are merciful. Rule 3. Always carry iron. Iron is believed to be the only thing that can temporarily repel the Ma Da. A small iron nail or a metal pendant is all you need for protection. Thank you for facing the fear tonight. Did you listen with your headphones on? Did you turn off the lights? Let us know your own deepest fears about the water in the comments below. Subscribe to VIET FEAR for more terrifying Asian legends. Next week, the terrifying truth of the Vietnamese wishing well.